Who doesn't love planets? And who doesn't love animation? So today we'll be reacting to SolarBalls. And listen, this is a phenomenal channel. The artists who make this channel possible, and the storylines that they come up with, I mean, it brings a lot of imagination. But this is the first time I get to react to SolarBalls. And this is one of their early videos from 2 or 3 years ago. I just want to kind of react to them and kind of just dip some water into reaction, see how you guys like these reaction videos of SolarBalls. I might do a little series on that. And I do have a brand new video coming out. It's going to be a longer content. We're going to be talking about the future of our universe and from now to one Googleplex. I can't wait for you guys to see that. I mean, this is going to be one of my proudest works. But yeah, I'm gonna react to it. I'm gonna react to that video. It's from a channel called Melody Sheep. But for right now, to kind of keep things a little simple, we're gonna react to SolarBalls. And this is a video. Is Mercury not a planet from 2 years ago? I'm gonna put the link, and also I'm gonna add in, will Mercury explode? Yeah. So these are from the. Yeah, so this is from SolarBalls. This is posted at 2, and the other one's from 3 years ago. So one of their early form content, when they were doing like short form content before they started to transition to long form content. So I'm going to do a reaction video to the 3-part series to Earth and Thea. So without further ado, let's react to the first video.
Hey, watch your step, Mercury!
You just rammed into me.
Cause I couldn't see you, you little pipsqueak!
Aww.
How big are you?
You know, sometimes I kind of feel bad for Mercury, how much he's being treated by Venus.
Anyways, you sure you're not an asteroid or something?
Hey, I'm a planet and you know it.
Well, between you and me, Pluto thought he was one too. And look how that turned out.
My goodness. I knew that joke was going to be in there. So, if you guys didn't know, I'm probably going to get a little hate for this because I don't want to piss off any of the Pluto fans out there. Pluto was discovered in 1930, and this is the time. So, actually, let's back up. So, 1781 so 1781, William Herschel accidentally discovers Uranus. And then jump forward, 1848, by math discovered Neptune. But they realized that there's some irregularities in Uranus and Neptune's orbits. And the orbits are around their objects and the outer parts of the solar system. What could be disturbing orbits around that area? Well, that conclusion. Hey, if we discover Neptune by math, how about we discover another planet that's out there by using the same techniques? You know, from William Herschel's accidentally discovering Uranus, by accidentally discovering Uranus, and math discovering Neptune, there could be another planet that's out there. And it's still going on today. And we're getting articles and articles of, what is Planet 9? How far is it? Where is it? And that's kind of been an obsession since Uranus' discovery in 1781. So, 1930, Clyde Tombaugh, he's an astronomer who went to Lowell Observatory. And he just out one night with his lens. And then he discovers something, a dot of light, so far into space. Just streaks across his lens, his telescope lens, and he discovers something. And you see, like, you know, like little bit clusters, and you take a little, you know, pics of this cluster, and discovers that this could be a little planet that's out there. Pluto was discovered. So, you know, that brought to a lot of conclusions. So, if you discovered a planet, you will be asked, well, how big is the object? How fast is the object spinning? What is orbital distance? How long does it take for an object like that to take around the sun if it's that far? So, and then years go by. Remember, 1930, this was during the Great Depression, though. And then now you jump forward to 2006. Pluto was demoted due to criteria issues that Pluto's got into trouble back in the 90s. So Mike Brown actually pulled the trigger, and Pluto is no longer a planet. It is considered a dwarf planet. And remember, there's 5 other dwarf planets besides Pluto. So Pluto is the largest out of the dwarf planets, along with the other 4. So we have Ceres, we have Eris, Haumea, Makemake. And then we have a lot more of these little objects that we just don't know about. But we know the 5 of those little dwarf planets. Because Ceres is part of the asteroid belt. We look at it as almost like an asteroid, but it's massive compared to everything else in the asteroid belt. So that's Ceres.
Jupiter! Please tell me I'm a planet!
Whoa, calm down there, little guy. Did the Earthlings make up some new rules?
No!
Even the Earth is like, yeah, we were gonna do it again. The moon's just chilling.
Oh no, it's just Venus is saying I'm barely a planet, that I'm like Pluto, that I'm small, and I'm...
Don't worry, really. You're nothing like Pluto.
But how can you be sure? I'm not that much bigger.
Size isn't the only thing that makes you a planet. If you have a steady orbit that isn't full of huge space debris you can't clear, you're fine.
So
Jupiter's gonna mention what got Pluto demoted in the first place. So you must clear an orbit. Okay. Pluto's orbit is elongated. It's extremely elongated. It's also even tipped 17 degrees outside of the plane of their solar system. Pluto crosses of another planet, Neptune. No other planet does that behavior. That another planet crosses into the orbit of another planet. That's not how things work in their orbits, because usually an orbit is pretty much just a flat plane due to the formation of the solar system 4.6 billion years ago. That the accretion, and eventually the sun's gravity flattened the cloud and set up the orbits into a disk. So, these icy objects that form, all of these started in the Kuiper Belt, so the furthest outer regions of the solar system. All of that stuff, coalesced, became little dwarf planets, and then, something had to happen, so there's a gravitational effect. That's why Pluto has a irregular behavior that no other planet does. So it doesn't clear out its orbit, because it crosses Neptune's orbit.
I am a planet, either way?
Of course you are, my tiny planetoid friend. Besides, you're still bigger than Pluto, right?
Yeah.
Mercury is double the size of Pluto.
Yeah, right, thanks.
So let's go over here. Mercury is slightly larger than Pluto. Mercury's diameter is 4,880 kilometers. Pluto, on the other hand, it has 2,370 kilometers. So, also, did you know that Pluto is actually smaller than the entire continent of Australia? Crazy. For all of us that don't really use kilometers, I'm going to say Pluto's diameter is 1,477 miles. Pluto is 1/5 the width of the Earth. Mercury's, on the other hand, is 3,031 miles. So it's doubled. So Mercury is larger by double Pluto's diameter. But like I said, well, size doesn't really matter when it comes to orbits. All it is just the criteria of whether it can clear an orbit, or if your orbit follows that criteria, must clear out and follow a simple trajectory path around the sun without crossing any other orbits of other planets. Pluto doesn't fall in those criteria. That's why it was demoted in 2006.
Of course I'm bigger than Pluto. I mean, why wouldn't I be? I'll always be bigger. Oh, I'm Mercury, baby. I'm the best.
Oh, wait. I forgot to tell him he's shrinking. Hey, Mercury.
Pluto is shrinking, yep.
Let him have it.
Shh, you don't want to tell him now because he's going to freak out more. Okay, so that was the first video. And then this is where this next video will come in. So this is what Saturn was talking about.
Oh, my insides are... I think I'm gonna explode!
You're going through tectonic activity, man.
I'm sorry, dear friend, but that sounds too dangerous to me! You explode thousands of times!
The sun dipped. Sun just dipped. He's like, I don't want to be part of this crap. Oh my God.
Times every single second right next to me, and you won't... Wait a second. I know what this is. Calm down, guys. He's not exploding. Dude!
We know this. We get them almost every single day. At least if you're in California and other areas that experience more of this every day.
How do you know? Because I've been there. Relax, Mercury. You're just going through tectonic activity.
Yep.
Tectonic what now? It just means that your core is active and your surface is shifting and crashing.
Okay, so... Actually, if you didn't know about Mercury, the actual... so the composition of Mercury is just rock and metal. But in its center is a very massive core that takes up most of the planet's interior, actually. And actually, this is due to a runaway collision that Mercury had 4.6 billion years ago. Did you know that? So that can explain why Mercury is shaped the way it is, and why it's pummeled. You know, it's been through a lot of collisions and, bombardments over billions of years. But Mercury's large core was just the aftermath of a collision with a object that sideswiped Mercury and blew off. I think Mercury was a little bit bigger before it had that collision. Mercury is pretty much just a remnant of a core, of the outer core. So that's why Mercury's core is large on the inside. So if you didn't know, this is Mercury's core. I mean, it's huge. That is huge. So no wonder. So our rocky planets go through tectonic activity.
I actually thought I was the only one around here who did that.
Yep. We all knew, Earth has tectonic activity, and for the longest time, we know that Earth is the only one. But the rocky planets have their own tectonic activity. It's just their compositions and how, Venus, on the other hand, it's explosive. It's so hot. It's so volcanic. Mercury's just a solid piece of rock and metal. Yes, but the composition on the inside is massive inside Mercury. The moon, hardly, because the moon, it's just mainly just rock. And that's it. It's so light.
So, am I really okay? Yeah, no worries, man.
And same thing with Mars, too. Mars had volcanic activity in its past.
Just hurts a little sometimes. If the Earthlings can survive living through all those earthquakes and floods, can't be that bad, right? Oh, wow, that's a relief. Although, side effects may include a contracting crust, so you may become even smaller. Maybe you'll be Pluto 2.0.
Danger. Little 2.0. Oh my god. SolarBalls. You guys are funny. Your actors are funny.
That's not funny, Earth. Earth? Earth?
Yeah, you're just alone, buddy. Yep. So that's just kind of what I want to show you, just educate you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video for the new. I'm gonna release that the future of our universe coming soon. So get ready.